There is so much fluff in the spiritual and personal development world. Now, while some of this fluff can inspire and motivate us, a great deal of it is only half true and can ultimately cause more harm than good. Countless techniques, visualization exercises, affirmations, and meditations are taught, each promising to bring us closer to our desired goals. Now, what if there was a way to bypass all of these methods and tap into the raw truth? If this intrigues you, then I want you to stay with me throughout this entire video, because for the first time ever, you will discover the truth behind how you can instantaneously transform your life, including your health, your wealth, and your relationships. Whether you are just starting on your journey or well on your way, the power of this truth will resonate with you and provide lasting benefits. So stay with me, my friend, until the end and unlock the secrets of instantaneous change that will revolutionize your spiritual and personal development journey. Now, I want to start off by making it clear that I don't think meditation or prayer or visualization or breath work or any of these different techniques are inherently bad. I think they're great and they can really serve us in so many different ways. However, these techniques are not the truth. There's a faster way to get to the root cause of your experience. And if we get to this root cause, it's going to feel like this instantaneous awakening and becoming. And you will, for perhaps the first time in your entire life, all of a sudden have the energy, the courage, the confidence, the discipline to be who you are destined to be your greatest self, for a lack of a better way of saying it. So what I intend to do with our short time together is bring you to the top of the mountain, the peak of the mountain. Because when you're at the peak of the mountain, you can see everything. Everything is crystal clear. You know exactly what path is the most optimal path to get you to where you want to go, because you have this 360 vision at the peak. However, we have to take a few steps to get to that peak. You don't just land on that peak. So we're going to start with 3 insights that will take you closer and closer to the truth, to the peak. And ultimately, we're going to end this video with the peak, with the truth. And if you accept this truth, when you accept this truth, you're going to notice this fire amplify inside of you, and it's going to empower you to do all of the things you know you need to do. Or it's going to give you massive clarity and simultaneously give you the power, the confidence, the courage, the energy to act congruently, coherently with this newfound clarity. So, step 1. I made a couple notes here that I want to refer to. Step 1. These are not techniques, these are insights. These are things you have to understand in order to safely stand on the peak of the mountain. Number 1, the first step. The way you live your life should become your number 1 priority. The way you live your life should become your number 1 priority. Go all in on creating your best life. If you prioritize fitting in and not being judged above living your best life, you can't get to the peak. You can do cool things in your life, but you won't get to the peak. If you prioritize being a people pleaser or making sure people don't judge you, this is a really popular one, so I'm probably going to say it a few times. If you prioritize those things above living your best life, you can't get to the peak. So you have to understand this in order to safely stand at the peak of the mountain without hyperventilating, okay? Step 2, getting a little bit closer here. If this is resonating, comment down below. Say, yes, this rocks. Let's turn this into a little dialogue. I know it's pre-recorded, but we can still turn it into a fun dialogue. Step 2, care more about feeling good than about any of your goals. Understand that you want to feel good more than you want the goal. Again, in order to safely stand at the top of the peak, you have to kind of drink this insight and let it soak in. The goals that you really, really want, that you've been working towards for a really long time, the reason you want those goals is because you believe that achieving those goals will make you feel a certain way. Perhaps they might make you feel worthy, right? Or they might make you feel confident or successful, right? Depending on what goal you have. They might make you feel like you belong. What you want more than the goal itself is feeling those emotions. You have to understand this. This is really, really important. A huge mistake people make, especially type A people like myself, right, is we prioritize the goal above our feelings, and like we just struggle until we finally achieve the thing that like doesn't even feel that good, or we might feel good for a week or a month, and then all of a sudden we go back down. And life just feels like this roller coaster until you accept the fact that you just want to feel good now. You're always going to be in this roller coaster. Step 3, we're getting awfully close to the peak. If you're enjoying this, please do me a huge favor and share this message with your friends. Peak, or step number 3, choose your vibration consciously or intentionally. Constantly focus all of your energy on the future presence of your desired outcome. In other words, and this is really similar to step 2, consciously decide to create the emotions so that right now, this very moment, you occupy the state of your wish fulfilled. This is a really popular Neville Goddard practice, insight. We must occupy the state of our wish fulfilled. Now, how do you do this? Really simple. First off, you get clear with what you want. Second step is you identify the emotions you associate with achieving those goals. Third thing, close your eyes, you get in a deep meditative state, you visualize yourself tapping into that. But you don't even have to do that. You just have to have the realization. Again, that's just a technique. Having a realization is far more powerful and influential. You just have to have the realization that I have to prioritize feeling that emotion now, way before anything changes in my external reality, way before my circumstances shift. I have to feel the state of my wish fulfilled now, because your external reality is simply a reflection of your internal world. You know this, but are you practicing? Are you practicing this insight? Okay, we're as close to the peak as we can get without officially getting to the peak. So here's the truth. Don't listen to me with your intellectual mind. Don't try to understand it. Just like take a moment and just let it sink in. Perhaps here's what we should do. Before I share the truth with you, let's do this together. Close your eyes. Only do this if you're not driving, right? If you're driving, ignore this. But if you're not driving, take a moment, close your eyes. Take a couple breaths. Whether you are sitting down or standing, I want you to imagine or visualize your feet anchoring into the floor, 20 feet into the earth's crust, and you ground yourself. You become more embodied. You feel more of your body. And now imagine or visualize for a moment that there is a dial, a volume dial connected to your brain, to your mind. And if you were to turn that volume dial down, your thoughts will subside. So you will be fully embodied and not in your head. So go ahead and do that now. Turn that volume dial all the way down. Okay, now that we've done this, here's the truth. The truth is change happens now. It is not gradual. You can consciously decide to be the vibrational state of your ideal reality right now. You don't have to change your past. You just have to realize that right now, this is the only moment change can happen. So if I want to be confident in the future, I have to be confident now. If I want to be healthy in the future, I got to bring that state vibrationally to the present moment. Now, you tap into the truth. You tap into that instantaneous shift right now. And then because the program, the mind's conditioning is so powerful, it's going to take us away from it within 5 to 10 seconds of being there. And then once you notice you're away from it, you remind yourself of the truth that change happens now. It's the only time change happens, and it doesn't happen gradually. You remind yourself of that, so you bring yourself back to the present moment, where you create that change now. And then the second time you tap into it, you cultivate more endurance. So you're able to endure that shift, that vibrational change for 30 seconds, right? And then your mind overpowers you and you get taken back down, and then you notice you're down, and then you tap back into the now, and then more endurance. You can maintain that vibrational shift for 60 seconds, and you just continue to presence yourself. You continue to create the change now, and in due time you will realize how much of a state shifter you are, and you will be so powerful. You will literally become unstoppable. That's it for today's video. I want to keep this short and just value packed. If you enjoyed it, I have a few spots open with my one-on-one private coaching. I will add the link down below to learn more about that. Other than that, please do me a huge favor. Share this video. The world needs to wake up to the truth. We have to ensure that pure-hearted human beings cultivate the courage to serve. I don't know if you have noticed what's happening in the world right now, but there's so many dark-hearted humans who have a bunch of confidence. We need more pure-hearted humans to have a bunch of confidence. That's what we need. I love you all unconditionally. I'll see you guys very soon. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date every single week. Peace, blessings.